We've noticed there's a huge bait and switch happening out there right now, and you don't want to fall for it. Now, if you scroll through Instagram, Facebook, or other social media platforms, you're going to see thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of photos and videos of those living the RV or van life. And these people are posting pictures of beautiful scenery and amazing campsites, but RV life is not always rainbows and unicorns and lakefront campgrounds. So before you jump into full-time RV living, there are some things you absolutely need to know to be able to navigate this lifestyle successfully. So you're gonna wanna stay tuned for this one. Now, before we jump in, if you're new here, my name is Charity, and I've been traveling the US with my family in our RV for 5 years now, and we have learned a ton along the way. Now, we started this channel to really be a resource, not only for the RV community, but also for those who are just wanting a simpler way of life. So on this channel, we share all things small living, RV living, tips, tricks. We share both the good and the bad, but solutions to make small living more stress-free. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to hit that subscribe button to be able to see some more of the great resources that we have for you right here on this channel. Now, let me just preface what I'm about to share. RV life does offer a sense of adventure and freedom, and we personally have zero regrets about living the RV lifestyle, but it comes with its fair share of challenges and some really big struggles. So let me just share some of the most common struggles that not only we have faced, but the majority of full-time RVers face once that they're on the road. So struggle number one really is maintenance and repairs. Now, RVs require regular maintenance and are very prone to breakdowns. In fact, we had somebody once tell us that if you're not fixing it, you're polishing it, and if you're not polishing it, you're fixing it. So this really leads to unexpected repairs, which can actually get quite costly and disrupt travel plans. We've even actually lost reservations in the Grand Tetons because of a breakdown, and we haven't been able to get reservations there again since. So you just have to know ebb and flow with some of those disruptions that can happen if a breakdown occurs. Now, struggle number two is just limited space. Now, RVs have limited living space. I mean, our RV is about 300 square feet with the slides out, which just means downsizing and adapting to a more smaller and minimalist lifestyle. Now, this can really be a challenge, especially for those that are used to maybe a larger home, or for those that might have a large collection of something, maybe tools or antique cars, or you have to let us know maybe what are things that you've seen people collect, or maybe you collect yourself. But the vast majority of full-time RVers end up renting some sort of storage unit to be able to store those types of things while they're on the road. So that can be a challenge. Now, challenge number three, struggle number three, whatever you want to call it, is something that we've run into multiple times, and that is weather-related challenges. Now, full-time RVers have to contend with a lot of weather conditions, things like extreme heat. Like when we were in Arkansas this summer, it was over 100 degrees every day that we were there. And then you have things like hurricanes that can happen, or high winds, tornadoes, hail. RVs are not small houses on wheels, they're RVs, and weather can damage an RV more quickly than it can, say, a house. So when you're a full-time RVer, you just have to really be aware of what's going on and keep your eye on the weather, because you may need to be able to move to safer ground. Now, before I jump into some of the other struggles of this lifestyle that not only we've had, but many full-time RVers end up facing, I do want to take a minute to share about something that has made this lifestyle a little bit easier for us. Now, one thing that was a huge struggle when we first got started with RV living was getting a good night's sleep, because for some reason the factory mattresses the RVs come with, we've just found are not comfortable whatsoever. And I know we've had many of you echo that same sentiment. So this is why one of the first upgrades many RVers, including ourselves, make is getting a new mattress. And we have the Aurora Luxe Hybrid mattress from rvmattress.com. And let me tell you, it's been great having a mattress that has all of the comforts of home, because let's face it, this RV is our home for a very good portion of the year. Now, the process to have it shipped to us and then get it into the RV was super simple, because the mattresses come rolled up in a box and wrapped in plastic. I mean, I can't even imagine what it would look like trying to fight a full-size mattress through the door. So when our mattress arrived, we brought it into the RV, unwrapped it, and it quickly expanded. It was ready to sleep on. Now, we realize many of you might be a part-time RVer, and maybe you're not full-time. So what about maybe when you're not on the road? One of the things we realized is we were actually sleeping much better in our RV Then when we would come back to the Glamper hideaway, which is like our home base / vacation rental, lots on that. So we went with brooklynbedding.com, which is RV Mattress's parent company, to get another mattress for the Glamper hideaway. And then we just went ahead and upgraded all of the mattresses at the hideaway to Brooklyn Bedding. So when we're hosting our guests, we know that they're getting a restful night's sleep as well. One of the things we love about RV Mattress is that they do have a factory in Arizona. They ship for free and they come with a 10-year warranty. So we are set for a very long time. And because we want this channel to be a resource for the RV community, we have partnered with rvmattress.com for 25% off for our viewers. You can learn more at rvmattress.com/grateful or visit the link in this description below. And a huge thanks to RV Mattress for sponsoring this video and their continued support of our channel. Now, struggle number 4, our financial considerations. Now, this can be huge because while RVing can be cost effective in some ways, it still involves a lot of expenses, such as campground fees, fuel, diesel prices, insurance, maintenance, tires, all of these things. And managing finances on the road when you're a full-time RVer can be challenging, especially if you are not working from the road or have a consistent source of income while that you're traveling. Now, struggle number 5 is just really loneliness and social isolation. Now, constantly moving can really make it difficult to maintain a stable social network. And many full-time RVers struggle with loneliness and isolation, especially if they're introverted, because let's just face it, it's easy to be in your RV and never come out and talk to anybody, and that can just make it difficult to make new friends. Plus, we have found finding your people when on the road can sometimes be difficult. Now, thankfully, we really feel like we have found our tribe and we have found our community, but it took us a couple of years to get there. So that's a struggle for sure. Now, struggle number 6 is healthcare and insurance. We always get a ton of questions about this particular topic, and accessing healthcare and maintaining insurance coverage can be complex for full-time RVers that are traveling around the country, navigating different healthcare systems in different states and finding healthcare providers on the road that maybe are in-network, out-of-network. It's like a whole complex maze in and of itself. So it's definitely a challenge. And this is where we decided to use a health sharing plan versus traditional health insurance, because it just made it easier for us while we're traveling to just be able to go wherever we need to if we need medical care. Now, struggle number 7 is internet connectivity. And let me tell you, this is a big one, probably one of the biggest struggles with full-time RV life. And that is finding reliable internet access, which is crucial for many of full-timers because a lot of us are working remotely. And even if you're not working remotely, you want to be able to stay connected with friends and family and at least check that occasional email. But finding that reliable and fast internet connection, especially in more remote areas, that can definitely be a struggle. So I'm going to put a video right up here on what we finally did for internet after nearly 4 years of struggling with connectivity. This is the ultimate internet setup, and we are so happy that we got that done. Now, struggle number 8 can be finding campsites. Now, securing campsites can be a constant struggle, especially during peak travel seasons, especially during peak seasons, say winter in the southern areas of the country, because these popular campgrounds get fully booked, and a lot of that just forces those that are full-timing to just kind of have to adapt their plans on short notice. And this is where we love using a service like RV to help us out with securing campsites when we need to. Now, number 9, this is a huge struggle, a personal pet peeve of mine, is just being a responsible steward of our environment. Now, being conscious of your environmental impact when RVing can be challenging because things like properly disposing of waste when you're boondocking, conserving resources like water, all of this can be a struggle. And let me just tell you how personally annoyed I am with the lack of recycling on the road and in campgrounds. I personally have packed out our aluminum and our glass, plastic bottles more times than I can count because I just didn't feel right about throwing glass in a dumpster versus a recycling bin. It'd be nice if there were some more recycling options for full-time RVers, let me tell you. Now, struggle number 10 is just residency and domicile issues. Full-time RVers have to navigate different states and local regulations, including residency requirements, vehicle registration, and campground rules can actually even play into that, varying by state too. So staying up to date with all of these regulations, changes in the laws can definitely be a struggle. Now, number 11 is relationship strain. And living in a small space with your spouse or family members can definitely put a strain on relationships. And we have found this out firsthand. And we recently just had to take a step back and reassess all of the strain that RVing put onto our marriage and our family, and then implement some changes in how we live this lifestyle to reprioritize our marriage and our family so that we can keep living this RV life that we really love. Now, struggle number 12 is just the emotional toll and some stress factors that come along with this lifestyle. Now, the constant change and just you're always uncertain, right? Here's one thing that I always think of. My favorite grocery store, right, in the hometown, you know right where everything is. You know where the milk is, you know where the eggs are, you know where the bread is. You're just used to going in and finding it. And when you're in a new town all the time, like just little things like that can really just start to be like mentally taxing because you're having to use this mental energy to navigate and to cope with something. And let's not even talk about like mail delivery, package delivery, financial concerns, just maybe not having a permanent home or a soft place to land. Many of us during COVID found this out firsthand. And that's why a lot of RVers that choose to live this lifestyle for more than a few years do end up with some sort of home base, whether that's a piece of land that they come back to park on or a sticks and bricks house that can be rented out when it's not in use, because it is really emotionally taxing feeling like that you don't have a place to go if you need to stop for any reason at all. Now, despite these challenges, the RV lifestyle can be incredibly rewarding. And it does offer the opportunity to explore new places, meet new people, and really just live life on your own terms. But if you want to be successful in this lifestyle, plan ahead. Have a safety net, consider a home base if you plan to be on the road for more than a few years. And even with all of this, many still come off the road. In fact, many people are leaving the RV life right now for some pretty surprising reasons. I'm going to leave a video about that right up here. If we don't see you out on the road or around the campground, we'll catch you in the next video.